Sheikh Mohammed Al Maktoum transformed Dubai into one of the world's most beautiful and safest cities. However, a recent incident involving Ukrainian model Maria Kovalchuk shocked many and sparked widespread public outcry. A lavish party turned into a terrible tragedy for her. But how do rich men lure girls to their parties, and how much do they pay? What role does Dubai's royal family play in this? And what awaits the Ukrainian model now? Payment or prison? Watch the full video to uncover shocking details about the dark side of the Sheikhs' lives. Let's begin. In March of this year, news feeds around the world were filled with disturbing headlines. Ukrainian model found on the side of the road in Dubai. Multiple injuries and strange comments from the police. This is another story tarnishing the reputation of luxurious and safe Dubai. Maria was an ordinary girl dreaming of a better life. But at what cost? In Dubai, things have been happening for a long time that people prefer not to speak about out loud. Back in the early 2020s, stories began to emerge online about wealthy sheikhs and businessmen inviting girls for a dream vacation. It all starts innocently. A message on Instagram from an agency offering a trip to the Emirates, a stay in a 5-star hotel, expensive gifts, and a fee. You're beautiful, well-groomed, you'll like it, they write. But behind these words lies a terrifying truth. Recruiters seek victims in Africa, Latin America, and former Soviet countries, places where poverty pushes people to take risks. European models are also in demand, but they cost more, up to $1 million per contract. Often they're not even warned about what's ahead. The agencies stay silent until the last moment. The most horrifying recent story is the fate of 20-year-old Maria Kovalchuk from Ukraine. She was found on the side of a highway with numerous injuries. It's hard to believe, but her mouth was covered in chocolate and her teeth were neatly placed in her Birkin bag. What fate now awaits Maria, and why might she face imprisonment? After a week-long coma, Maria Kovalchuk regained consciousness. She still can't speak or recognize anyone, and doctors are not providing any prognosis. Dubai police presented an official version of the incident. According to them, the girl entered a closed construction site and fell from a height, sustaining fractures and bruises, possibly attempting suicide. However, her relatives don't believe this version. Maria's mother told journalists that on that fateful evening, her daughter called her and said she had met 2 men and was going to their hotel. They invited her to a private party, allegedly organized for sheikhs. But the next day, Maria stopped responding. The model was found 9 days after her disappearance with multiple injuries. She was unconscious. Under UAE law, even if a woman is a victim, she can still be prosecuted for unlawful sexual relations. To prove coercion, the law requires either a confession from the perpetrator or testimony from 4 adult male witnesses. So, even as a victim, Maria risks ending up in prison after recovery. But how do sheikhs lure girls to their parties? They don't walk the streets looking for models. They have an entire network of assistants, agents, scouts, managers. These people scour Instagram and other social networks, searching for tall beauties with perfect features. The scheme is simple but polished. First comes a message. Hi, you're a good fit. There's work in Dubai. Then, a few photos from parties where girls in evening dresses pose against palm trees and yachts. Next, a call with details. Flight covered by the client, luxury accommodation, no obligations, just be beautiful. For many, it sounds like a ticket to paradise. Maria Kovalchuk likely fell into the same trap, but she's not the first whose story is linked to Dubai sheikhs. In 2018, Russian model Ekaterina Stetsuk jumped from the 6th floor of a hotel in Dubai, escaping from a sheikh who, according to her, attacked her with a knife. In 2021, a scandal involving a nude party in Dubai, organized by Ukrainian businessman Vitaly Grechin, ended with the deportation of its participants. But how are Crown Prince Hamdan and Dubai's ruler Sheikh Mohammed Al Maktoum involved in all this? Maria's story brought attention to agencies that supposedly officially send girls to parties for the Arab elite. According to media reports, Kovalchuk may have worked through a well-known Ukrainian agency that offers overseas jobs, from hostess roles to dancers and image models. The agency sends girls to Norway, Sweden, France, China, and of course, the UAE. According to agents, these beautiful women are allegedly selected for private dinners with powerful figures from the Gulf region and exclusive parties attended by high-ranking individuals from Dubai and Abu Dhabi. The employer promises there are no intimate services unless the girl agrees. The main requirements are a positive attitude, a model-like figure, tall height, and fluency in English. But as is often the case, the truth hides behind pretty words. This is how girls are lured with promises of easy money, parties with royalty, and a life of luxury. The ads mention big names: Sheikh Hamdan, Sheikh Mohammed, the princes of Abu Dhabi. Most likely these high-ranking sheikhs have no idea their names are being used to make the offers sound legit. But for many girls, this dream job ends in fear, pain, and silence. Many believe Maria Kovalchuk may have been lured into one of the infamous Porta Potty Dubai parties. These are private events for the richest clients, where money erases all moral boundaries. The name Porta Potty isn't random, it literally means portable toilet, which is a dark hint. According to African Insider, these parties started gaining attention back in 2016, and they're not unusual in the UAE. Wealthy clients, including sheikhs and businessmen, pay insane amounts, up to $100,000 per night, and sometimes even more. Models are lured into elite parties where luxury hides humiliation and pain. Some accounts describe extreme forms of coercion, the kind that's almost impossible to speak about out loud. Wealthy clients aren't paying for intimacy. They're paying to fulfill their darkest desires. A Nigerian model whose name remains undisclosed shared that during 2 days on a yacht, she went through something that still haunts her in nightmares. They carry so much anger inside and they're just looking for someone to take it out on, she whispered to journalists. Physical pain, fear, and humiliation were part of the game, a game that cost millions. The pay ranges from $10,000 for a light evening to $1 million for those who agree to anything. For a girl from a poor background, it seems like a way out of poverty. For a European model, it's the price of a new designer bag. But in the end, it's health and sanity traded for cash, and the money doesn't heal the damage. But not all stories end in tragedy. Some girls actually enter the world of the sheikhs and become part of the royal family. That's what happened with Zainab Javadli, an Azerbaijani gymnast who married one of the Al Maktoum sheikhs. But her life of luxury soon turned into a nightmare. A similar story happened to Natalia Aliyeva, a Belarusian model who became another wife of the same sheikh. At first, it looked like a true Arabian fairy tale. What happened next? Watch the video on our channel. Maria Kovalchuk's story is just the tip of the iceberg. Behind Dubai's golden sunsets are the broken lives of hundreds of girls who dreamed of luxury. Do you feel sorry for these women? Or do you think it's their fault for what happened? Share your thoughts in the comments. If you found this video interesting, share it with your friends and give it a like. See you next time.